A tillage machine is a large tractor-pulled implement which tills the soil. Tillage can refer to deeply plowing the soil after a harvest to break up clumps and remove plant remains. Or it can refer to a shallow turning of soil to prepare the field for planting. This tillage machine is an agricultural multitasker. Its rotary disc blades churn the soil and chop up crop remnants. The harrow behind the blades rakes the soil. Then the rolling baskets at the rear smooth and level it. The machine can be fitted with various blades, designed for different soil conditions and crops. The first machine flattens the curve out of a just unwound sheet of steel. Then a press stamps the sheet with a die, cutting out circular blades each 4.5 feet in diameter. The steel is a proprietary formula engineered to withstand high abrasion and to be flexible enough not to chip when the blades hit rocks in the soil. After machining a sharp edge, they heat the blades and form them in a die, simultaneously quenching with water. This tempers the steel so that it holds the shape. After cleaning, the blades go through a vat of water-based paint, then a furnace to cure the paint. The paint coat is simply to make the blades look snazzy in the showroom. Once they actually hit the soil, it wears off, which is intended, as bare steel moves through the ground more effectively. Agricultural equipment plants like this one purchase the blades to install in the tillage machines they manufacture. This computer-guided plasma torch cuts the flat components of the machine's frame out of a thick steel sheet. Other parts are cut from steel tubes. Here, workers use a brake press to punch holes for assembly bolts. Once all the frame parts are ready, workers weld them together into frame sections. This is the main section. Here, they're welding a cut tube part to a pair of plasma cut parts. Once each frame section is welded, it goes to the paint room, where workers first sandblast the steel to clean off lubricating oil and other residues. They spray on primer and paint and put the frame section in an oven to simultaneously bake on both coats. Given that tillage machines work outdoors, the paint is designed to protect the steel from sunlight and corrosion. Next, they install hydraulic cylinders on the main frame, attaching them with large bolts, secured by washer and cotter pin locking mechanisms. The cylinders, made of a steel that has anti-corrosion chemicals baked into it, lift and fold the tillage machine before and after use. Workers pump hydraulic fluid through the cylinders to test them. They bolt the other frame section, called the subframe, to the front of the main frame. Then, to the front of the subframe, they install a hitch. This is what connects the tillage machine to the tractor. Not only does the hitch have to be exceptionally strong to withstand the pull of the tractor, it must also be flexible, because the tillage machine runs over bumpy terrain. For the same reason, the main frame has 2 pivoting axles. Workers install 2 wheels with tires on each one. These tires are 3 feet in diameter. Tires can be larger or smaller depending on the overall size of the machine and where they're positioned on it. Workers now mount the bracket to which they'll attach the harrow. Then they install the harrow and the rolling baskets behind it. These and many other components are mounted with sturdy steel U-bolts, plated with zinc for corrosion resistance. One last time, workers hook up the tillage machine to a hydraulic fluid pump for testing. There are 2 hydraulic circuits, each activated by a lever. One folds or unfolds the machine, the other raises or lowers it. This tillage machine is an agricultural triple threat: blades to churn up the ground, harrow tines to rake it, and heavy steel rolling baskets to level the farming field.